Hello, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have got a very busy weekend ahead of us. It is currently Wednesday, the 13th of November, and I have two markets this weekend. So I have a 3-day market in Rutland, so that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I also have a 2-day event at Rufford Abbey, which is Saturday and Sunday. So my partner is going to go do the Rufford Abbey one, and I am going to do the one in Rutland. So yeah, that is two markets at the same time, so I need double the stock that I would take to a normal market. Now, as I said, it is Wednesday. I have just over £1,500 worth of stock. I had a pretty good market last weekend. It was the Craft and Flea event at Nottingham, and that went really well. And then I also took a little bit of stock to the Elska shop that I stock my items in, because I decided to take my crochet hooks there. I have just finished making loads of crochet hooks. So these are the 3 designs that I have got at the moment. I do have a lot of other designs, but I have low quantities of them. So for the markets, I'm making each design in every single size that I have, which is why I've got 2 sunflower ones here. I've made 14 hooks today. I sell them for £10 each, so that's an extra £140 of stock, and I'm hoping that they sell. I did sell 5 at the Craft and Flea event on Saturday, so it gives me some hope that they are nice designs and that they will sell, but I'm not too sure because I guess there might be more children around, there's less children buying them. But yeah, I just thought I would make some to make sure that I've got plenty of those. I've made 14 so far. I haven't done the gluing on them yet, and I will definitely try to make more of them as well. I do have some hook designs on the way, but I don't think they're going to come in time. Some may come either tomorrow, but I don't think they actually will. I think they'll end up coming maybe Friday and Saturday, which is obviously a bit late. But if I have time on Friday after the event, then I'll make some then, and if I have time on Saturday after the event, then I'll make some more then. It is 20 to 4. I have been working all day, to be fair. I just wanted to get on and not really film much, but now I'm getting on with some more crocheting. So I need to make some more axolotls. I've got 15 axolotls. This is between both events. So yeah, I've got 15 axolotls, so I want to make some more. Got some half-made axolotls here, a few red, some purple and a green one. So I want to finish all those up so that they're done, and then it will probably take me to maybe 30, almost 30 axolotls, which will be a decent number. I wish I could have more, but I've got what I've got. And then after that I will probably make a few penguins because I've only got 5 penguins. But yeah, for now we're going to get on with the axolotls. Later today, me and my partner is going to go through all of my displays that I've got and separate them into what I'll be taking to the Rutland event and what I will be taking, or what my partner will be taking, to the Rufford Abbey event, so that they are separated. We can have a good idea of how we're going to set up. We're probably just going to draw it out because we are quite used to setting up and things like that. So I don't think we'll do a mock display. I know what I'm going to do for the Rutland one. It's more the Rufford Abbey one, because that's with everything else that's kind of left in terms of my display. So yeah, we might draw it out, and if needs be we will do a mock display, but we might not have to. But yeah, I'm going to get on with crocheting now, and then get back to you later on.
Like, I literally am a beginner when it comes to all things. I love that the class is project-based and it's so easy and simple to follow along. There's some other amazing classes on sewing. You can just keep it to your own self as a personal little hobby. Engineering, I cut that off. And now I'm a cozy hobby girly, and I do this for a living, which is
Hello, so I'm still currently making crochet hooks. As you would have seen, I'm making crochet hooks. I have made loads of them. Here's just a few of the ones I've made. These are the 3.5 ones that I've done so far. I have done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I've made 16 so far. I'm just making one more in the 3.5 and then I'm going to make a handful of them in 3mm. But yeah, as you would have seen, I got quite a few new like topper designs, so I'm trying to make sure that I've got at least 1 or 2 of each design. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really bored of making these. I've been making them for like the last hour and a half, so I'm hoping that I sell at least a few of them. That would be nice. At my last event that I did, which was just a one-day event, sorry if you can hear my dog grunting, but yeah, the last event that I did, I sold 5 of them in the one-day event, so I am hoping that they sell relatively well. But yeah, I just need to do like a few more and then I still need to glue them. But like I said, I'm a little bit bored of doing them at the moment, so I think I'm gonna move on to crocheting some more axolotls, because I haven't got many purple axolotls. I've got like the heads of the axolotls here, so I need to add some eyes, but I've only got 1 purple axolotl, so I want to make some of those. I've got 23 axolotls, so that's not too bad. It definitely could be better, seeing as though I'll be at 2 events, but I'm going to finish those purple ones, so that'll take me to 27, and then I think I'll make 3 blue ones, so that I've got 30 in total. I do have to remember that I am splitting this stock between 2 markets. Obviously on the Friday it's just the one, but I will just be taking only half the stock with me anyway. I might take all the hooks because I've got so many different designs. For the stock with the plushies and that, I'm only going to take half of the plushies. I am thinking on Friday that it's not going to be that busy, so not to worry too much, because whilst it won't be busy, it's only 4 till 8 on Friday, so it's only 4 hours, so a pretty short day. But yeah, I'm just trying to power through because like I've said, I'm not actually really enjoying making these hooks right now. I do enjoy making them in the beginning, but especially when I've made the 5mm hooks, they're really tough to make. So yeah, I am now on 3mm though, so I think I'll just make 4 3mm ones and then I'll put them in that box there, and I will glue them up later. It is currently 12:30, or well, it's 12:25, so for the next 5 minutes I'll quickly make up some more hooks and then I will go and get myself a drink and then start on some crocheting. I haven't done a workout today, and I usually work out every single morning, but I just felt really sore. I think it's from doing baseball on Tuesday and then the morning after baseball I did abs, so I might just do like some yoga or something. I just want to move my body. I just feel so grim today, if I'm completely honest. I think I feel so grim because I'm stressed. Maybe I am really quite nervous for this event at the weekend. I am really sort of looking forward to it, in terms of like I'm really quite interested in how it's gonna go and everything like that, but I am just really stressed about it. I'm stressed about the amount of stock that I've got going on my own. I've actually got quite a lot of anxiety for some reason. I've been getting quite a lot better with going and doing events, especially since I have to do them on my own now that the kids are a bit older. You can't entertain them at the event, so before I would go with my partner and then also take my daughter, but by the time she was like nearly 1 and walking around and stuff, it just became a lot more difficult. So since I've been going on my own, I've gotten a lot better with my anxiety and like talking to customers and everything like that. And even just going to the event, like I've always had anxiety like when I'm driving on my own, like parking up, and I always get anxious that I'm gonna like park in the wrong place or something and then get fined. I think it's not the parking itself, because I feel quite fine with driving in general, but yeah, it's just, I guess that I'm gonna do something wrong. But yeah, I'm also just anxious about the amount of people that's gonna be there. I'm anxious that there's gonna be a lot of people and I'm not gonna have a lot of stock. I've got, how much? I've got over £1,700 worth of stock. That does include the hooks as well. I think it will be more like 1,800 once I've done with the axolotls and penguins and stuff, but that has got to split into two, so that's about £900 at each event, and there are a 2-day event and a 3-day event. Usually I would take over at least £1,000 to like a 1-day event, but at least I then don't have another event for 2 weeks afterwards. So there's that. At least I'd have time to prepare for the next one. I've just kind of got to focus on these ones and then I can forget about them and focus on the next ones. But yeah, I'm hoping that when I get there I'll feel a lot better. On the Friday, like I said, I assume I'm probably going to have a bit of time to continue to crochet and make a few bits, which would be very good and very helpful if I can do that. If I can't, then oops, I don't really know what to do. Then if I can't, I'm just hoping that it goes relatively smoothly. It's a new event for me as well. I've never done this event before, so that's another reason why I guess I'm just so anxious about it. But yeah, hopefully it goes like smoothly enough and I'll quickly like start to feel a lot better. Fingers crossed it's a good event. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to talk to you guys today, because it is Thursday. I don't know if I've said that yet. It is Thursday. My mum has got the kids for me today, because she's got the day off and obviously I need to work. So she's got the kids for me today, but we are going to my partner's parents in the evening, which will be good to make sure that I'm literally not working for all the hours of the day. So yeah, but it does mean that I've only got until about 5 to work, and it is just approaching 12:30. So I also need to have some lunch as well. So yeah, I should probably stop rambling and just get on. I just got 2 more hooks to make and then I'll crochet a little bit, and then at probably 1-2 o'clock I will go maybe do a bit of yoga to like calm down, and then have a little bit of lunch, and then come back hopefully with a fresh mind. So sorry about the lighting. The window is like in direct sunlight. The sun is literally in the middle of my window right now, so I have to have the blinds closed so far. But I have done a workout, I have had my lunch and done a little bit of housework and been in the shower, which is why I've had a change of clothes and I feel so much better, so much more fresh, and like my head is in the game now. My hair is up and out of the way. Actually wearing a Fauna Rose scrunchie, and I believe Megan, who owns Fauna Rose, she will be at the event that I'm at this weekend. I'm pretty sure that I saw it on her story. I feel so much better, so much more fresh and ready to get on. It is now 2:45, so I did have just over an hour out from doing work. But that's fine, I needed it. I needed to just recharge a little bit. Since my partner will be home about 5 o'clock and we will be going out at about 5:30ish to pick the kids up from my mum's house and then go to his parents. It means that I've got just over 2 hours until he's home, but then half an hour for him to just kind of like get ready and leave. So I've got about 2.5 hours to get on with things, and that'll be it, because although the event tomorrow isn't until 4 o'clock. I can set up today, but I can't. I don't have the time to set up today, especially because it's such a distance and we always go to his parents. I don't really want to miss that, but I didn't really want to like take out of my like fun and relaxing time. Like it's not like 100% relaxing because the kids are still there and everything, but it is nice to just sit with a cup of tea and talk with my partner's parents, and then also having grandparents around your children. Your children just sort of give you a bit of a break and are all over the grandparents instead. So you just get to kind of sit and watch the chaos unfold in front of you. I don't really want to take that more chill time away and replace it with work, especially because I'm working all day today. As soon as my partner is home from work tomorrow, I will be leaving to go and set up. It doesn't really take me very long to set up. I've just got a 6-foot display, I've just got a 6-foot table, and that's it. It honestly takes me like half an hour, 40 minutes to set up, but I want to make sure that I'm there in plenty of time because it's about an hour and 20 minutes away from me, and I get paranoid, not of driving. I think I just said this like in the last clip or something. It's not really of driving, but I am a bit worried about like traffic and things like that. It makes me really anxious, and making sure I sort of park in the correct place, take my things in, and then I think we have to move our car not too far away, but far enough away that you have to have a bit of a walk back. So yeah, even though I'm going to end up being there so much earlier and I'll probably be set up like with loads of time to spare, I'm still going to leave at that time anyway. Everything that needs to be done by the end of today, because tomorrow I'm obviously with the kids and I refuse to work when I'm around my kids, even if they are playing independently. I may crochet, but only if it's something I actually want to do and feel like doing. But yeah, I won't be like getting things sorted while the kids are there. I need to make sure that I glue all the hooks together because I like to make sure that the top bead and the bottom bead are glued in place. And I also need to tag up the items that I've already made. I think I've made like 25 duckies in frog hats, and then I might have made like 20 or so axolotls. So they need tags on them as well, and my crochet hooks also need tags on them. However, they're not as important, but obviously I like to put the tags on which also state the size that they are, so people don't get confused, because as I predicted, people were putting the hooks into the wrong pot when I had them out at my last market, so I kept having to rearrange them, but luckily I have a tag on it that says the size that they are. But yeah, I need to make sure that I finish everything tonight. So with 2.5 hours to go until we go to my partner's parents, I'm going to glue all the hooks together because there's 35 hooks, so that's £350 worth of stock. So I want to make sure that they are all done and that the time that I've spent making those hooks is not wasted because they're not actually done. So I'm going to glue them together, I'm going to add tags to them, and then I'm going to add tags to all of the items that are down here so that they're all done and dusted, ready to go. If I have any more time, I will continue to crochet a little bit. Like I said before, I want to make a few more blue axolotls and then maybe make 1 or 2 more penguins if I've got the time. If not, that's fine. It is what it is. I've got what I've got. I can't work any more than I already have. I have now got £1,850-ish worth of stock, which is very good. I'm going to take all of the hooks with me tomorrow. I'm going to take half of the stock with me tomorrow as well. And then tomorrow I will bring back like half of the hooks so that my partner can take them to the event that he's going to. It's just that I've got a lot of different designs, so I might as well take them since I'm doing like the extra day where he's won't be at an event. So yeah, lots to do, but I want to just make sure that it's all done, and then tonight I will pack the car as well. But I'll wait until we're back from my partner's parents. Luckily, all of my displays actually fit into one box, apart from the pegboard actually, but I will often make up like the cages that I have. You would have seen them in other videos, but the cages, what I'll do is I'll put them together already so that I don't have to spend the time putting them up whilst I'm at the event setting up, because it does save a lot more time. So yeah, we'll put those up, and obviously in the car car and everything, and then I just put the stock in the morning when I'm about to leave. So usually if I don't need a table, then I can actually get all of my stuff into the venue in one run, which is really good because all of my displays are compact displays that you can take apart and everything like that. But yeah, lots to do and not much time to do it all, so I'm going to get on now and get on with the things that desperately need doing, gluing the hooks and the tagging up the items so that they're done and out of the way, and then we'll see what time we have for any extra little bits. Hello, so I am back from the market. It has actually been like 3 weeks since the market, but I just have not had the chance to sit down and give you a breakdown. So I finally have the time to do that, and I am going to do so now. As we know, I technically had 2 events this weekend. To give a bit of context straight off the bat, I did attend the 3-day event as was planned, and then my partner was going to go to Rufford Abbey for the Saturday and the Sunday. Now, he did go on the Saturday. We made the decision to actually pack up and not return on the Sunday. Now, the market didn't go particularly well or particularly bad. It went pretty well, but we had to make the decision to basically just pack up and I would take all the stock with me. So I will give you a full breakdown of the 3-day event that was in Rutland, and then I guess I'll do a little mini breakdown of how Rufford went so that you can know and I can give you a bit more context then. So we're just going to go straight in with the 3-day event because that is the big one here and the one that I attended all 3 days for. So this event, as I said, was a 3-day event. It was in Rutland, which is technically in Leicester, but it's on the border of Leicester and Lincolnshire, I think, because for some reason I thought it was in Lincolnshire, but it's not. It's actually got a Leicester postcode. So not that it really particularly matters too much. I have not worked with these organisers before. This was the first time that these organisers have done a a 3-day event. Is it the first time they've done a 3-day event, or the first time this one has been a 3-day event? I think it's the first time they've done a 3-day event. They have done this event before, but they only did it for 1 day. I think they've done it for a few years now. So yeah, it was quite a big thing. It was then quite a big risk because it was 3 days of my time. It was obviously a much higher stall fee. The stall fee was £195, I believe. I can't be fully sure, but I think it was £195 for the whole weekend, and that was for the type of space that I had. At this event there was a barn and a marquee, and then they also had some stuff outside. I think the barn and the marquee was like mixed together, so you didn't really know if you were going to be in the barn or the marquee. I was put in the marquee, which I am very grateful for, because in the barn the light was really weird. I don't know how to explain it. You kind of couldn't see the product, but luckily I was in the marquee, which I'm very grateful for, because when I got to have a look round on the Sunday, because my mum came with me on the Sunday, when I went into the barn to have a look round and try and buy some things, I actually could not see the colours of some things. I was trying to look at some scrunchies from Fauna Rose, because Megan from Fauna Rose was also there, and I was trying to look at some scrunchies and I think a keyring as well, and I actually just could not make out what colour it was. So yeah, I hope that that didn't affect their sales. I don't think it would, because it was very busy, but I know for me personally, like, that was actually sending me into overload. Like, being in the barn made me so overstimulated and started like messing with my tics and stuff, so I can't imagine what it would have been like for me if I was in the barn all weekend. So I'm very grateful that I was not in there and instead I was in the marquee, because that was very well lit. Not as overwhelming as the light that was in the barn, but yeah, there was also some space outside. I think you could have taken your own gazebo if you wanted to, but I chose to be in the marquee. I have not been with these organisers before. This is the first time being with these organisers, but I know that they have quite a good reputation based on what I've heard from other store holders and things like that. So I did have quite high hopes. This was technically not my first 3-day event, but my first 3-day event of the year was Ashfield Show in August, which I only did 2 days for, because I had sold out of so much stuff that it wasn't worth me going on the 3rd day, so I only did 2 of the 3 days. So technically for me, this is the first time I have actually done all 3 days. So again, it was a big risk in terms of time, because I had to be there for all 3 days. So if it didn't go well, then I would have wasted 3 days of my time, which would have not been great. Like I said before, I really liked being in the marquee. One lady next to me was very nice. We didn't talk much. I think it was clear that my anxiety was actually going crazy, so I don't think she wanted to overwhelm me. I'm not too sure. To be honest, the anxiety and the tism mixing up, I wasn't the best at making conversation. Like, even when she came and spoke to me, I just kind of like answered a question and then forgot that I'm supposed to like ask questions back and things like that and make conversation. My brain was not all there, because it was quite overwhelming, because like I said, it was a new space for me. It was quite far from me. I think like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half maybe. I think it's about an hour and a half away from me, so I was quite far away from home. I'd never done the event before. I was mostly on my own, so yes, and it was very busy. I struggled with that aspect, but I think it turned out okay. The other people around me, there wasn't necessarily an issue, but I just don't think I particularly gelled with too well. I find this actually quite commonly at markets. If I'm surrounded by younger people, like anywhere up till like mid-30s, I find that I get on with them like very well and I can talk to them. I struggle to talk to other store holders in general, but like in general I can talk to them and say hello and everything like that and it'd be okay. But I find that especially other store holders that have been doing it for a long time, maybe like late 40s, and upwards. I'm not saying everyone's like this, but I just don't seem to gel with them too well. I don't know if it's because the way I am with my anxiousness that maybe they just want to stay as far away from me as possible. I don't know if like maybe they think I come across as rude or anything. I hope not. I just find that some store holders just react a bit funny to me. I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but I think it's because I'm young. I'm only 22, and actually before I've had store holders be surprised that I'm 22 because they think I look younger. Not too long ago I actually went to the pub with my friends, and even though I was actually the oldest one there, I was the only one to get ID'd because the woman told me I had a baby face. People are very surprised to find out that I'm only 22. I kind of find that they're shocked to find out that I'm 22 because they think I'm younger, and they are really shocked when they find out that I'm a mum, and then extra shocked when they find out that I've got 2 children under the age of 2. I do feel a little bit of judgment from them sometimes. There are lots of store holders that are great and they really make the event, but if I'm honest, this was not one of those cases. I was very happy to have my mum there on the 3rd day because I was feeling quite anxious. Like I said, not everyone, but I think some of them just kind of are a little bit judgmental because I'm young and because I've got children, and I don't know, I think they don't think I'm capable of making this into my full-time career, like long-term and stuff. I don't know why, because a lot of these people have been doing markets and stuff for years and years and years, like a lot of them like 10-15 years. But I do know that one of the women was talking to my mum, and when she was shocked to find out that I was 22, she thought I was younger. She was shocked to find out that I had children, and then like doubly shocked when she found out it was 2 under the age of 2. Don't get me wrong, having 2 children under the age of 2 is a wow factor for some people. It doesn't matter how old you are. I'm aware of that. Even for me, sometimes I'm like, wow, 2 children under the age of 2. But I would admit it is a lot, but it's also my decision. Just keep your nose out. It seemed like originally she was almost like congratulating me because she could see that I was doing well and I was still making products like whilst I was at the event and stuff. But then I don't know what it was, when she found out that I was young and with 2 young children, she made a comment about how her daughter likes to crochet somewhere, and then my mum said that I started it when I was pregnant with my first child, and now this is what I do for a living. And then said something about how I actually have, it's not just 1 child that I actually have 2 children, both under the age of 2. And then the woman made a comment about how, oh yeah, my daughter likes crocheting and stuff, but she decided to go to uni instead. And the tone of it, well, put it this way, it pissed my mum off because the tone of it and sort of, it seemed a little bit like snarky the way that she said it, apparently. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but when my mum told me that, it like took me back a bit, and I was like, well, that was just kind of rude. But I think in context and at the time, you could kind of tell that there was a little bit of almost judgment in it. For those that don't know, I did actually go to university, but I dropped out of university, and it was not necessarily because I got pregnant, it was actually because I got really ill after giving birth. I got maternal sepsis, which meant that I had to have longer off university than I had originally planned. The time that my daughter arrived was during Christmas break, and we had arrangements with the university that I would do a lot of my work from home, like around the baby and stuff. So I had planned to actually not take any time out, but then because of my maternal sepsis, I had too long off. The university strongly encouraged me to take a year out, and then I was going to have a year off. In that year off is when I did a lot of this crochet stuff, because I'm the type of person who I'm always busy. I just can't sit still. So I did a lot of this crochet stuff and I was documenting it online, and then this business kind of was an accident, but it was a happy accident, which I then decided that I loved being able to do this work around my child rather than trying to fit my child around my schedule, like a university schedule. So I did actually drop out of university because I wanted to pursue the business instead, because it worked better for my family and it meant that I could spend more time with my children. That's my personal experience. If you don't do it that way, that's absolutely fine. I'm not a person to judge whether you are a full-time working mum, whether you have no job as a mum. It's none of my business. So yeah, the comment coming from her just felt a little bit judgmental. Yeah, it just kind of threw me back a bit and was a little bit like, all right, okay, you should have just kept your mouth closed. But she didn't. However, apart from that little encounter that my mum had with one of the other store holders, which annoyed her, and she did admit that it was really difficult for her not to open her mouth. I think that just tells that it was very clear that there was judgment in it. But yeah, I'm not sure I've completely explained that correctly, and I don't know if I'm going to keep that in the video. I think sometimes some store holders get a little bit jealous. I find that especially those that have been at markets for years, if they're not doing particularly well, I do kind of see a little bit of jealousy there, but I'm not controlling the sales and I'm not comparing my success to anyone else's, whether they believe I'm more successful or less successful, I don't care. Apart from that, it was a great event for me. I met Megan again from Fauna Rose. There was actually a situation on the second day where I was trying to have a look round because I was trying to look for a pen. I had forgotten my pen because I forgot my crossbody bag that I always wear, which had a pen in. But anyway, I was looking around for a pen because I was already set up. Then they wanted us to move our cars, so we was scrambling to move our cars. As we got into the store holders car park, Megan was parking and then I was pulling up next to her, and then we had to cross over this really busy road, which was terrifying. That is exactly why they had to have a shuttle bus for the customers and the store holders at the start and the end of the day, but I don't know where the shuttle bus was at this time. I don't think it had actually started yet. We had to cross this really busy road and she saved me by giving me a pen. So that was very nice. Thank you very much, Megan, if you are watching this. It was lovely to meet you again. My anxiety was crazy, so I'm very sorry if I wasn't the best person to chat to. The weekend was just a lot. Honestly, it was a lot. But I did then buy some scrunchies from her. For once I actually don't have one in. All the scrunchies I have are from Fauna Rose, so I wear them all the time, and I bought some of her Christmas collection. I bought some other things later on Sunday for a friend for Christmas and their birthday. Some of her satin scrunchies. I got a key ring, and then I also got a wristlet as well, which was great. I loved them. On the Sunday, I also did buy some teething toys for my son for Christmas. Again, they've already been wrapped up, so I can't physically show you what they are. I bought the Orbiter teether and I bought a Planet teether, I believe, and then the squiggly straps, I actually think is what they were called, came in a pack of 2. They were really good. They were really, really good. So I'm glad to have got them. And then I also got a bracelet. However, my mum now has that because she gave me the money to go buy it, and then it's as a stocking filler for Christmas. Anyone that I bought from will be in the description below. So now that I have rambled on for far too long, I am actually going to get properly into the breakdown. So as I said, 3-day event. I'm gonna go straight in with some numbers here. So as I said, this was £195, I believe, to be there. I think fuel costs were approximately £36 for me to travel there and back 3 times. So I'm going to go in with bestsellers. So in third place was Duckies in Frog hats, which I sold 21 Duckies in Frog hats. I remember I could barely keep these on the table, so if I had more, I probably would have sold more. If I'm completely honest with you, I just could not keep up. I was making as I went along, so the stuff I took, I actually made a lot while I was there, so there was more technically, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, in the second place were Chubby Frogs, and I sold 31 Chubby Frogs, which is insane. I can't believe that I sold that many Chubby Frogs. I remember scrambling to finish up some chubby frogs because I had a lot of the bodies with me. I took them on the first day and some stuff in so that I could like get them all out and everything because I knew they wouldn't take long, but they sold really well. They were second place for bestsellers and it was 31 chubby frogs that I sold. Now in first place is Tank the Turtles and I sold 32 Tank the Turtles, which is crazy. I actually could not keep Tank the Turtles on the table. I think I took around 25 or something, but I was constantly making Tank the Turtles whilst I was at this event. I just could not make enough. By the third day, I was making a bit in the beginning, but by the afternoon, I pretty much gave up trying to just replenish the table. My table always looked a bit sparse since day one, but it was fine because I made lots and lots of sales. That is now cold. But yeah, they were my top 3 bestsellers and I was so happy with that. I sold 132 items in total, which is a crazy number to think about. My biggest selling item, or like my highest ticket item that I sold, was a Freddy Bear. I actually sold 2 Freddy Bears at this event. They are £28 each, and I was really happy that I also sold 7 hooks at this event because I've recently started putting hooks on the table at my markets, and yeah, I sold 7 of them. So, and they're priced at £10 each, so that was pretty good. So I'll give you the material costs of the 132 items that sold. Obviously a lot of material cost goes into everything that you take there, but I just consider what sold. So of the items that sold, those material costs came up to about £125 of materials. So obviously that is something that we will take off later to find out the profit. So on day 1 we made £296. On day 2 we made £445, which was amazing. And then on day 3 we made £353. So in total that means that for this event, for all 3 days of this event, we made £1,094, which is crazy. I was so happy that we broke that £1,000 mark. I thought that was absolutely insane. I've never made that much at an event, obviously because I haven't done a 3-day event, but it was crazy. I was very, very happy with that number, more than happy, absolutely over the moon with that number actually. So yeah, that was the revenue that I made from this. But if we take into consideration the store fee, fuel costs and the material costs of the items that sold, then the total profit would be £738. So that would be what would go back into the business. Obviously, ideally, I would take some money out of that because this is my business, this is how I make money. But at the moment, I don't actually take much money out of my business. It all goes back into investing in my business. Yeah, if we take away all the expenses for that, then it is £738 net profit. Is that what it's called? I am so happy with that. So to give a bit of context about the Rufford Abbey event, I will just do a little bit of it because there wasn't much to it. So the Rufford Abbey event my partner went to, but the problem is that both of us looked a lot more sparse because we had to split the products in half. On the first day, I actually didn't expect to do as well on the first day at the 3-day event in Rutland. On Friday I made just shy of £300. I was kind of expecting to make maybe like half that, maybe like £150, maybe £200. So to make nearly £300 on the first day, on just a Friday, you know, yeah, I didn't expect that. So we both had very little stock. So my partner going to Rufford Abbey, he made £265, which is very, very good for an event on its own if you just think of the revenue that came from that. However, this event was a very expensive event. You needed to take into consideration that I was doing much better at my event. I made £445 on the Saturday, whereas he made £265. Don't get me wrong, both are very, very good. I'm very, very grateful for the sales that I got at Rufford Abbey, but the store fee was £200 for that weekend. If you include that, it was £240 for that weekend. So that is nowhere near what we needed to make, really, for it to be worth it, because if the store fee per day is therefore £120, the way that I work it out in my business, 3 times the store fee, we would have had to make £360 each day. So we was still £100 off of that. And as much as we could have gone the second day and just tried to make up for it as much as possible, we never would have made it profitable. It was a mistake that we went to Rufford Abbey in the first place. I knew it was expensive. I originally applied for it earlier on in the year because I did Rufford Abbey last year. It went terribly, but it wasn't on the Arrival of Santa weekend, and we were under the impression that the Arrival of Santa was going to be huge, there was going to be loads of sales and stuff like that. But there just wasn't. Like, if I'm completely honest, I did expect to make nearly £400 at Rufford Abbey per day. I would have expected to make at least £700 at Rufford Abbey over the weekend, but there was no way that we were going to do that. We made the decision that my partner would close down and I would take the stock to my event because we believed it would do better. Having that, it would mean that I would have more stock at my event, so I could make more sales at my event, and yeah, it also meant that Rob wasn't wasting his time and he could spend the day with the children. So that's what we did. Like I said, don't get me wrong, £265 is great as a standalone, but when you think about the store fee, it wasn't. And as much as you could maybe argue that we should have gone to just try and make back as much of our store fee as possible, as a business and as a family, we thought about the time and we thought it was more valuable for him to stay at home on Sunday and spend time with the children, because if he was doing that event for me all weekend, that meant he wouldn't have really been able to see the children at all that weekend, and he works a normal 9-to-5 job, so he would have only seen them in the evenings, and there are quite a few evenings in the week that we have various things planned. Monday we go kickboxing together. On a Tuesday my daughter stays over at her nanny's house, so he wouldn't have been spending time with his daughter. On Wednesday, both my children don't come back until bedtime. On a Thursday, we go to my partner's parents' house. We all go together, so he would be with the children, but he wouldn't have had that quality time with the children that he likes and that the children like. So yeah, we made that decision that our time was more valuable, and so he didn't go on the Sunday. He packed up. I took that stock with me, and my mum came with me on Sunday because the plan originally was that she was going to have the children because I would have been at an event and Rob would have been at an event, which she had to book the day off for. And since she booked the day off, she asked if she could come with me to the event because I think she's visited an event once, because obviously my events are at the weekend. My mum works at the weekend, so there's basically never a time that she can see me at an event. But also because she's not actually properly seen me work at an event, and the nature of my job, I've got the flexibility that I can bring someone with me if I want. So yeah, we did that, and it also meant that I got to have a look round on the Sunday and got some Christmas presents for my son and for my friend and for myself, and my mum picked up some ornaments. We had some food while we were there, which is very nice, because obviously I usually take a packed lunch, which is the best thing to do because you save a lot of money. But it did mean that on the Sunday I got to have a pizza because there was a pizza trailer there. So it was just very nice. Literally just thinking about our time alone, it was so worth it. The money for me is a bonus. This business, the best thing about this business is that I can work around my children. Like, I've got so much more flexibility than I would have working a normal job, if you will, like a job where I would be employed by someone else. So that's the biggest thing about this business. It's not about how much money I make or how much money I can potentially make. It's about the freedom that I get with this business. Don't get me wrong, there are times where I can't really negotiate too much. Like, obviously if I've got markets, I need to go to my markets. I still need to make money, but in this case it was just better time wise for my partner to stay at home And to be fair, I do think it was better money wise. On that second day I made £353. I had all of the stock. We almost sold out of quite a few things. I think we completely sold out of octopus. I sold my last 2 gummy bears, which I don't do anymore. I sold some gingerbread men, sold the Freddy bears. It was great, and as much as we might have been able to make slightly more money at Rufford Abbey, the stock was just too low. It wasn't an elaborate setup. It just looked shit. Like I was actually a bit embarrassed because the stock was so spread out and things like that. So it was just better to have all the stock on my table at Rutland and to put it all there and just try and have a better event and just focus on one event. And it just meant that my partner could spend time with our children, which was the best thing for us family wise, and to be honest I think it was the best thing to do business wise as well, so why wouldn't I have done it? But regardless of all those reasons why, obviously I told you how much we made for the whole weekend at the Rutland event. I've told you how much we made at Rufford Abbey. If you put them together, that weekend in gross sales we made £1,359, which is absolutely insane. That's crazy. This is definitely an event where I can't wait for next year. I'm so excited. I really hope that I can do this one again. If I'm honest, I think next time I'd be definitely much better prepared. I'm not going to go to Rufford Abbey. I'm not going to book any other market on this weekend, so I can put all my time and effort into this market and maybe even potentially get 2 tables, because if I can get a really elaborate display and really be stocked up on my items. Obviously this year I did have my second child. I had much less time to prepare for these markets, but next year I obviously have the whole year to continue to make, which I will be doing literally from January, even though I don't have any markets at that time. So I'm really hoping that I will have a good lot of stock, so maybe even consider having 2 tables if I've got a lot of stock, especially if I've got some more different big items. It was very much squashed on the table. As much as things started selling out, like the different products that I had, it was hard to find space for them all. Something to consider later down the line, but something I will definitely be considering. But yeah, that is everything from me on this video. This clip is going to be terrible for me to edit because it is almost 50 minutes long, but it's fine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking till the end. Please do give it a thumbs up if you like this video, if you like this sort of content, because I make a lot of these market vlogs. So also if you like the market vlogs, then I would suggest that you subscribe as well so that you don't miss my uploads. If you stayed till the end, then I would love for you to leave a comment down below to let me know that you watched the whole video. It can be anything. Maybe just leave me an emoji, like a Christmas tree emoji. I've not done anything like that before, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah, do leave me a Christmas tree emoji below if you have watched to the end, or comment anything you like. Let me know what you think to this video. Let me know, were you shocked at how much I made and things like that. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see you in the next one, which I believe my next video is my video at the Garage Chilwell, where I had a market there on the 1st of December. So I hope you're excited to see that, and if you are, like I said, subscribe. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!